getting hit twice. Guys, focus on the pylon. My humble opinion. There you go. If you would have focused on the pylon earlier, this would have been food locked and you really couldn't have warped in any additional troops. Here goes fronting off for an attack. Unsleep is eventually going to fend this off and fight it off. So let's observe this attack. This is just fun. One of our other friends, Zach Nafine, would like to say, welcome to my good friend Overlapping Fields of Fire. Cracks the door. Pushes in. This is a good biomech combination. At this point, you don't even need to transform. Just pop off that pylon real quick, and that'll shut these guys down. That would have been the safer move. You could have shut down an Immortal. You could have shut down any warp gates that come in. Just shut that pylon down real fast and push in. Shuts down a ton of stuff over here. Shuts down and destroys. Go ahead and send your Marines and Marauders into attack. That'll be helpful. At least get them in the front line. Carriers. Evil brings in his Stalkers. They arrive just in time. No blink, so he cannot catch up with them. But works to keep everything off Hunting while Hunting goes ahead and does his damage with the siege tanks. Takes out a carrier, so it's time for Jengar to go ahead and retreat. Got a decent force of Thors and whatnot sitting over here. We did not see it, but the Dark Templars were doing some magic over there. In we move for the next attack. Got these carriers again. Focus down, drill down. Can we take that one carrier out? Can we take it? Take it. 8 hit points. Got it. Barely. Poor Captain Jin, single tank. An attack from the rear. Lots of Thors. Lots of Thors meet lots of siege tanks. Well, those mass siege tanks do great. Roving army to go ahead and protect all the different sides as necessary. Awesome. Unsleep has a large troop of Stalkers moving around doing some destruction. Got 2 expansion bases plus a main. I think Unsleep is still, Hunting is still stuck on 1 base right now. Carriers are back out doing their damage. Unfortunately, there's not much any of us can do, but we have sight, so Hunting siege tanks are able to do some damage. Make sure to focus fire. Don't worry about that last little guy over there. Focus fire on these stargates. Takes out 1 stargate, takes out a 2nd stargate. This is the danger of building close to your edge. Takes out a 3rd stargate. Able to reach that 4th stargate, do some damage? Yeah, able to reach it, but not going to be able to kill it. Unpowered, took out those pylons, so now Jengar is supply locked. Well done. Unsleep is cruising around with this mass of Stalkers. Where is he going? And it's going to hurt wherever he goes. I believe Hunting had said, hey, if you can get in his base, you can cause some serious damage. And sure enough, blink on in. Comes in for just mass chaos. Flood of troops coming out of the main base here. Flood of troops coming out of Captain Jin's base. Evil sneaking some Dark Templars around here. Pack of 8. Suffice it to say, this is going to do its job. Big hits. If you're going to build a choke, make sure you at least block it off. And if you're going to build a choke, make sure you have everything raised. Huge problem. I see it all the time, even in my allies. No offense, guys, but sometimes we forget, so we have to remind each other. Getting really better about it after a couple of attacks. Real quick hit. Here goes a 200. No more energy. No more scan from that one, at least. There are more, of course. Evil takes out the armory next to cancel out any additional Thors. Goes for the fusion core to make sure that no battle cruisers can come out. Just kind of trying to prioritize. Now we start the scan game. Alright. Scan and run, scan and run. Evil does his damage over here. Pause for 1 second. So, in the meantime, Unsleep has done just mass amounts of damage over here. He has taken out stuff, and yet, but we haven't finished off this Nexus. If we can, always try and finish off the Nexus, but he's trying to track down these carriers right now, so I understand what's going on. Get back action here. We have anything going on? Nope. Evil had tried to run down the ramp, said, ooh, wrong direction. Turns and runs, takes out that siege tank real quick. Sure, why not? Take out these probes if I can. Oh my gosh, yeah. Evil running away from these banshees, just trying to escape, trying to do some damage at the same time. And we're going to go ahead and run away for a bit. Let's see how Unsleep did. Unsleep blinked up. Looks like he's taken out, or if not taken out the carriers, he's driven them away. Evil gets out of range, comes back in, makes sure to crack that door nice and wide open. And I know that he cannot produce any more Thors, but why let him produce siege tanks? Let's go ahead and knock this stuff on out. Lift off, excellent, works for me. Unsleep gets hammered by a ton of Immortals and a couple of Banshees left over. Let's see, off goes Fronting, gonna go ahead and get himself another base. He's got another nice force. Evil has very, very minimal forces at home, just not at all. Got some Dark Templars to guard this base. I think some Dark Templars over here as well. No, no Dark Templars. Sees some Thors, decides to have some fun, at least weaken them. Oh, scan, run, run boys. Took out a Starport, a couple other things. Now just running around trying to do some damage. I know there's another scan coming, I do. Maybe I can get some stuff out. Okay, Evil had fun with the Dark Templars, did some good work, distracted a bunch of people. Unsleep did some terrific work up here. Hunting cracked the main base over here, cracked the expansion, took out the starports plus the pylons. Fantastic attack. Overall, very, very good. What kind of army values do we have left? Well, Furore still has a lot of army value. Immortals ain't cheap. And he has a decent line coming up. So when your opponent has a ton of Stalkers, the great thing is a ton of Immortals. Uh-oh. SCVs, most of them managed to make it. Go ahead and try and track down that command center if you can. Oh boy. Siege up fast. But Immortals v Siege Tanks, Immortals are generally going to win. Getting the word from our buddies that there are a ton of Immortals down there. Alright. Gotta make sure to have everybody either hold position or stay firm. Expansion, expansion. Evil working these high yield minerals. Here come the Immortals. Boy. Immortals and Banshees converging in one painful spot. Checking our army values out, that hurt a lot. Not sure why you retreat. You seem to have a good handle on things. Ah, there you go. Evil sends in for a harass attack. You're not going to get a lot of kills off this, but you may tick somebody off, at least disrupt somebody's attack for a moment. Nope, didn't even do that. Quick scan, and down they go. Alright, crank up the speed another notch here. Let's check our incomes out. Yeah, doing pretty well. Evil and Hunting are doing alright with their minerals. Unsleep ain't doing too bad in terms of resources. We have some resources up, but here comes a nice monster attack. Zealots get in to do some damage. Stalkers, they're kind of stuck. This is what Immortals were made for. Here comes some assistance from Hunting.